small fortune. Do what I did and call CarShield. They get expensive car repairs taken care of so you don't have to. Class dismissed.
Call 800-552-1961.
I'm Rachel Knapp. Watch my reports live from Washington, only on 19 News.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kevin Hodge. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, we'll hear about the voting regulations as we inch closer to the November election. Plus, how to deal with the toxicity when dealing with conversations surrounding politics. And off-road rally car races taking place this weekend in Marquette County. We'll tell you about what you can expect. Your 19 News at 6 starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 6.
We're looking at mostly clear skies as we head through the night here in the Marquette area. Temperatures down to their more traditional chilly times here, with the lows dropping close to 40 and a few clouds coming in later on tonight. A lot of 30s away from the lake shore, as you can see, especially on the Wisconsin border, where again we'll have some partly cloudy skies. Still might be pretty good for viewing the northern lights, which should be very active again for tonight. Rest of the forecast later in the show. Kevin?
Thanks, Tom. An Ishpeming man is facing 20 felony charges after police found evidence he was viewing child pornography online. 18-year-old Andrew Jack Prosser is charged with 10 counts of aggravated possession of child sexually abusive material and 10 counts of using a computer to commit a crime. The investigation began when authorities learned Prosser was looking at child pornography on the internet. A search of his home resulted in digital evidence. Prosser posted a $10,000 surety bond yesterday. His next court date is October 24th. The Michigan State Police Computer Crimes Unit encourages parents to talk to their children about online safety. Michigan voters will have more options to cast their ballots this November than they have in any past presidential election. Our Michigan Capitol correspondent Sophia Murphy has more on those new voting options from a group at Michigan State University working to raise engagement in their student population.
The count is down to 25 days until the presidential election, and this year you'll have more options than ever to cast your ballot.
Showing up on a Tuesday night and waiting in a 5-hour-long line to vote, isn't something that is always feasible for everyone.
Michigan's proposal 2 opened up doors for absentee, early voting, and last-minute voter registration. Community and university programs like MSU Vote have been working to get the new information out across the state.
Students are really given the chance and the opportunity in safe, nonpartisan way to take a look at what is meaningful to them.
If you still need to register or check your status, that can be done online until October 21st. After that, you can register to vote in person at your local clerk's office, even on Election Day.
Our hope here through our work is to kind of, re-empower them to feel that their vote does matter and feel like they can make a difference.
Some absentee ballots have already been sent out statewide. You can request one online, by mail, or in person at your local clerk's office. It's recommended to have them back in the mail by Monday, October 21st.
It's not something that you sit by the sidelines and watch. In order for things to get better, you have to participate.
It's a team sport.
Exactly.
If you plan to vote in person, early voting starts at centers on October 26th and ends November 3rd. All precincts will be open on Election Day, November 5th, from 7 a.m. until 8 p.m. local time. From Michigan's capital, Sophia Murphy, WZMQ 19 News.
To request a ballot or find your local clerk or early voting center, we've got more links for voter information on our website, WZMQ19.com. In Escanaba, health and wellness providers met at Bay College to discuss how political toxicity is negatively impacting their clients and ways to make a difference. With political debates often leading to heated arguments, the growing civic wellness movement is an effort to bridge political divides. Thousands of organizations are working to promote meaningful conversations centered around listening, understanding different perspectives, and realizing Americans have more in common than they might think.
Providers are hearing about people being isolated and disconnected from family and friends because of political division. And we want to give people some sort of constructive place to go, and empowering the people who directly provide those services with these resources will help them help people in Delta County.
For links to resources that promote healthy political dialogues, visit WZMQ19.com. Now a reminder that WZMQ 19 will be simulcasting the second U.S. Senate debate between Democrat Alyssa Slotkin and Republican Mike Rogers on Monday, October 14th. WXYZ TV in Detroit will be hosting that debate. You can watch it live on air on WZMQ at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central. We'll have more details on WZMQ19.com. One of the most difficult and well-respected off-road rally car races is taking place this weekend in and around Marquette County. Our John Truitt was out on the course today and tells us more.
It's called the Lake Superior Performance Rally. It carries on a long tradition of rally car racing in the UP. Drivers from around the world converge on Marquette County to race against the clock, the elements, and the challenging road conditions. For driver Adam Van Dam, the challenge is his motivation.
I love the challenge. Rally is extremely difficult. I mean, we're running mostly stock cars through really rough roads. You got to watch out for rocks. We get to look at the roads ahead of time, but you never know if the competitor in front of you has pulled a big boulder out of the ditch or something, so there's always something to avoid.
The day began with a car show. All 71 cars were on display along with their drivers. One unique feature of the race is the variety of vehicles.
So some of these cars are very close to, what you're driving every day, and then some have essentially the body of a car, and everything else has been upgraded.
Driver Jess Davids is competing in only her second race and starts well behind the other cars, which adds to the difficulty.
The back of the pack, you never know what you're actually going to get, because by the time you're going through the stage, all the fast guys rip that thing up, and it's a whole new ball game out there, and it's a little rough, but it's really fun.
Lieutenant Governor Garland Gilchrist stopped by the start of the race, an event he says captures the spirit of the UP.
I want to be associated with things that are super Uper like this, and so to be here, to see all the cool cars, people out here having fun, the backdrop of the colors is beautiful. This is pure Michigan.
In Marquette, John Truitt, WZMQ 19 News.
The final leg of the race will take place tomorrow afternoon at Marquette Mountain. Your first warning weather forecast is coming up after the break. Plus, there's a new system to alert the public on cold weather events. We'll have those details. And later, the Uper Goddess returns. Lori shows us how to make use of that unused fat in our kitchens. We'll be right back.
John's Auto has been voted the #1 dealer to buy premium vehicle for longer than I've been alive. If you're looking for a vehicle, or if you're looking for someone to help with your current car, or if you need to get yours looking like new again, come see us at John's Auto Sales and Service, Marquette.
Why did you leave my wedding?
Gabriella, do you take Diego to be your lawfully wedded husband?
Sure you're ready to do this?
I need to fight fire. Out here is a free man.
Fire Country. All new CBS Friday, October 18th. Part of CBS Premiere Week and streaming on Paramount+.
Without this procedure, you could die. Question is, can we get permission? Let's check in with Carl Bonak's panel of radical politicians.
Carl Bonak is endorsed by a radical group that would criminalize nearly all abortions, putting politicians in charge of our health decisions. Their plan outlaws abortions even after rape or incest.
Wait a minute. Don't I have a say in this?
I'm sorry. Not with Carl Bonak in Lansing.
Is your parents' car sounding funny? Do you hear any clunks, rattles, squeaks, or leaks? Tell them to call John's Auto Service Department for fast, friendly, and affordable service. Come see us at John's Auto Sales and Service, Marquette.
Tonight's weather is brought to you by Shunk Furniture.
FlexSteel reclining furniture's on sale now at Shunk. You know, FlexSteel furniture's always been special to me. When my parents started in business 68 years ago, FlexSteel was one of our main lines, and it still is today. FlexSteel is #1 in style, quality, and comfort. At your fingertips, you can recline, adjust your lower lumbar, and your adjustable headrest. In this comfort of this premium leather, you could sit here all day. All the latest styles and features are here on sale now. Shop Shunks of Marquette today.
Now, WZMQ TV19 First Warning Weather with meteorologist Tom DeVecchio.
Checking out the headlines for tonight. Generally clear skies. Some high clouds will come in later on tonight. with cool conditions once again. And the weekend, yeah, we're looking chilly. We'll probably keep Saturday dry, maybe a few showers late. Better chance of seeing some rain showers come in for Sunday into Monday, and it will be chilly. That October chill really kicking in. The Northern Lights, we had some pretty good views last night. We may have another one here. In fact, we have almost an identical look here. The better chances still in southern Canada, but the Upper Peninsula, Upper Great Lakes, even down toward Lake Erie, have a pretty good chance if you look toward the northern skies of seeing some brilliant colors again for tonight as those geomagnetic storms continue to influence the atmosphere through this weekend. Hopefully you can check some out there. In the meantime, Futurecast, keep things pretty decent for viewing. And then late tonight, notice into the early morning hours on Saturday, we start to see some high clouds move in, even trying to squeeze out a few showers in Wisconsin during the day. And then late in the afternoon, early evening, some showers start to come in from Houghton out toward Ironwood, but that should be closer towards sunset. And then for the rest of Saturday night, here comes, you can almost see the spin here. That's a rather vigorous low pressure system that's going to bring in some wind and a good chance of some rainfall as we head on into Sunday. You see some pretty good rain here, particularly during the morning hours. In the meantime, lows for tonight with some clear skies and then high clouds coming in late tonight. So the best viewing of the Northern Lights probably before midnight here. Lows will be dropping in the lower to mid 40s for most of you, some 30s here, and some patchy frost, maybe a little fog along the Wisconsin border. Into tomorrow, chilly day. Be hard-pressed to get above 60 here for many of you. We're looking at the mid-50s. A decent amount of high and mid-level clouds and maybe some showers coming in late in the day, particularly west of Marquette toward Houghton, Iron River, and Ironwood. And for Marquette, we'll keep it mostly clear for the balance of tonight. Here's the rest of the 7-day outlook. Again, for Saturday, clouds and 57. Good chance to see some rain on Sunday. May get to 50, could hold in the 40s here. Looks good for 40s on Monday into Tuesday. Good chance of rain Monday. Tuesday, things are more scattered. Might even be a little sleet, maybe some water spouts on Lake Superior during that 3-day stretch. Nice return, though. Nice rebound in those temps. By Thursday and Friday of next week, we should be back up into the lower to mid-60s.
All right, thanks, Tom. The National Weather Service is replacing a common weather alert with one that the agency says is more all-encompassing. Wind chill alerts are a thing of the past as of October 1st. They're being replaced with extreme cold watches and warnings and cold weather advisories. The change allows meteorologists to issue alerts for extreme cold weather events even if there isn't any wind. Meteorologists say cold is cold and people should take action accordingly.
Past, we haven't been able to issue a cold weather product when there was no wind. It can get, air temperature can get very cold on days when there is no wind, and that's important to be able to communicate to people to help keep them safe.
Coming up tonight at 11:10 Central, WZMQ's Sarah Blakely breaks down what the new alerts are and what this winter could look like. Up next on Insights, we're joined by the head of the Theater and Dance Department at NMU. We'll hear all about their upcoming shows and productions. That conversation's in 2 minutes.
Kamala Harris pushed the far-left Green New Deal. That means huge new taxes, increased utility bills, and banning gas cars.
That's why I am committed to passing a Green New Deal and finally putting an end to fracking once and for all.
Kamala just don't give a frack.
Kamala's fracking ban would kill jobs and raise gas prices. Kamala doesn't give a frack about you. Only President Trump will bring back Trump's strong economy.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Something draws us to Northern Michigan University. Like a beacon. An experience. And so we head north. We immerse ourselves in the perfect environment to test our minds and try our hands. Guided by this community of scholars, mentors, and friends who show up for us in every way, we stay true. Because at NMU, where we are and who we are have always been one and the same. Always north.
Alyssa Slotkin's lying about EV mandates.
No one's going to mandate anything.
Just 3 weeks ago, Slotkin voted for Biden's EV mandate and voted to ban gas cars. Slotkin's lying to hide her secret deal that helped a Chinese EV company. Slotkin took campaign cash from Chinese agents, then voted for their EV mandates that would ship Michigan jobs to China. Lies, EV mandates, and Chinese cash. That's Alyssa Slotkin.
I'm Mike Rogers, and I approve this message.
Join Mike's team. Give today.
She's fair.
Untrue, Your Honor.
What, you're going to have your turn.
She's inquisitive.
What in the world led to this young lady finding you in this compromising situation?
She's very frank.
You should never start anything you're not prepared to finish.
Compassionate.
I see a family that still loves each other, and I'm glad to see it.
And firm.
The only thing that matters in this particular courtroom, sir, is how I see it.
Watch Equal Justice with Judge Ebony K. Williams.
Weekdays on WZMQ CBS. You're watching WZMQ 19 News, live and local, with Kevin Hodge.
Welcome back, everyone. There's a slate of upcoming shows being put on by Northern Michigan University this fall, and joining us tonight to talk about what's to come is the Theater and Dance Department head, Bill Dignight. Bill, thanks so much for coming in.
Hey, thanks for having me here. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Looking forward to seeing what you have in store. What can you tell us about what's to come?
Oh my gosh. Well, this is the last weekend of Cabaret, the musical, so honestly, there's a performance tonight and 2 more chances tomorrow to see that great production. And then we are right back in it. And a week and a half later, we're opening the Rocky Horror Show on the Forrest Roberts Theater stage, which is great. It's a show that we really have never done at the Forrest Roberts Theater before. We worked with the Mahdi organization where the show had been produced the last little bit. And with their support, they've really done great things to help us kick this off. There's really making it a great transition. And our students are just loving it. And then after that, literally another week later, that we have a 2-week run of Frankenstein, the play. A little break there for the holiday.
And real quick, I just do want to mention that our own Samuel McKnight is starring in that production.
He is in that show, and we're very excited to see him. And if you haven't seen him, he's going to be great. That one's being directed by Caitlin Froughton. Paul Truckey's directing the Rocky Horror Show. And then after the Thanksgiving break there, we have the Home for the Holidays, which is our holiday show with dancing and singing and performance. And then we also have our Holiday Soiree, which is our holiday dinner theater. So yeah, 4 more shows, and then we get to have the amazing Spirits Youth Theater in our space too with their fall musical. So quite a little bit is happening in our space just for the next 2.5 months, 2 months.
Yeah, it sounds like it. And you just mentioned the Rocky Horror Show is a new one for you too.
Yep.
Can you tell us how that kind of happened?
Yeah, the Mahdi organization wasn't going to happen this year, and we were chatting, and they said, hey, we think that you might be able to bring us to the next iteration of it, and it's really just worked, and we're going to be using it as a fundraiser to support students getting creative experiences. And they're actually, the Mahdi organization, Ryan Engel, Sarah Balding are truly supporting it. They're bringing in funds to actually get this first one off the ground, and then we're going to do some great things with them, and it's really exciting to see it keep going.
Sure, yeah. Is there any sneak peek you can give us about any changes for it at all? Or
well,
you
I don't
want to give
buy a ticket. If you're thinking about tickets, we have them at tickets.nmu.edu. I'm going to say that a couple of times.
Sure.
I have a feeling, but yeah, we have a lot of great things. I mean, it's an all-student cast. That's our mission at the Department of NMU Theater and Dance, and really at Northern is to get our students opportunities. So it's all students. We're really excited. Live pit. It's always great to see live musicians. All the musicals we'll be doing have live pits, and yeah, it's going to be good. There's a few choices we've made that are a bit different, and I think anybody that's a Rocky nut is going to be really happy with what we're doing, and they're going to, all the call outs and all those things will be there. But we've taken a few choices. Paul Truckey, who's directing, is doing a great job.
Excellent.
Yeah, yes, Frankenstein's going to be great. That's in our Black Box Theater. And I just encourage you all to go to tickets.nmu.edu. You can check out the full season in the spring upcoming. We have William Shakespeare's Much Ado About Nothing. We have an immersive Alice in Wonderland piece that's actually going to be done inside of the 906 here on Washington Street, an immersive theater experience. We have Jesus Christ Superstar happening in the spring as our spring musical, as well as a whole season of summer shows, new works, drag cabaret, all those things. So tickets.nmu.edu, got all the shows happening with theater and dance.
Excellent. All right, Bill. Sounds fantastic. Thanks again for coming in today.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. All right, everyone. Mike Ludlum has your look at sports when we come back, and we hear from the new head coach of the NMU hockey team before they start their regular season tonight. But first, here's your Upers United volunteer opportunity of the day. The Marquette Lions Club is looking for help taking down their tent following the Dead River Bridge Walk for Diabetes at Tourist Park on October 13th. The registration deadline is today, and volunteers should be 16 years or older. To sign up to be a volunteer or check out other opportunities, just head to upersunited.com. And we'll
Mr. Shop, I know the reward, it's not much.
I'm gonna help you.
Hey, Coulter, we have a job for you.
Send me the info.
When the darkness beats you down.
If there were any one of us out there, he wouldn't hesitate.
I'm gonna do everything I can. I'm here to help.
Thank you.
A new season of Tracker starts CBS Sunday and streaming on Paramount Plus.
25 years of fun, and you're invited. It's the silver anniversary of the Downtown Marquette Farmers Market. Come celebrate with us every Saturday morning at the Marquette Commons. From 9 to 1, you'll find a wide variety of local foods, produce, art, and so much more. Plus, the Wednesday night Farmers Market on the 100 block of West Washington Street is back from 5 to 8. For more information, visit mqtfarmersmarket.com. The Farmers Market is presented by the Marquette TDA and sponsored by Flagstar Bank and WZMQ 19.
100 Republicans who worked in national security for Presidents Reagan, both Bushes, and for President Trump, now endorsing Harris for president.
She came up as a prosecutor, an attorney general, into the Senate. She has the kind of character that's going to be necessary in the presidency.
Vice President Harris is standing in the breach at a critical moment in our nation's history. We have a shared commitment as Americans to do what's right for this country. This year, I am proudly casting my vote for Vice President Kamala Harris.
Former generals, secretaries of defense, secretaries of the Army, Navy, and Air Force, CIA directors, and National Security Council leaders under Democratic and Republican presidents, Republican members of Congress, and even former Trump administration officials agree there's only one candidate fit to lead our nation, and that's Kamala Harris.
I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
Good evening, everyone. The basketball court is in place for Sunday's Superior Dome Showdown, an exhibition game between the NMU men's team and Tom Izzo's Michigan State Spartans. The football turf took more time to be removed than anticipated yesterday and this morning, but the floor panels are now in their proper spots. More than 10,000 fans are expected to see Iron Mountain native Tom Izzo and his players in the contest. One NMU player says, with the court ready, the sooner practice can start, the better.
It's awesome. These guys have been doing a great job. Looks great. Looks like there's still a little bit of work to get done, but nothing they can't handle. It's really coming along.
Practice was supposed to be at what time?
3 or 3:30, I think, what was on the schedule. But we're gonna watch film and figure it out. We're still gonna. Looks like we'll be able to practice here soon, so I'm not too worried about that. We'll be able to get it done.
The game Sunday tips off at 1 o'clock Eastern Time, noon Central. If you did not get a ticket, the game will be shown on the Big Ten Network. The NMU hockey team with new head coach Dave Shayak starts the regular season in less than 3 hours at Colorado College. The Wildcats dropped a 4-3 decision to Michigan Tech in an exhibition game last Saturday. Shayak says these non-league games are just as important as those in conference.
We're going to a top 10 opponent, top 12, whatever we want to say, on the road in the altitude. And they're going to be hungry for wins because non-conference games means everything to the world for a lot of teams to get in the NCAA tournament. They're a team that wants and is hungry to get in the NCAA tournament. So we're going to have a big challenge there, but we're going to do our best to continue to grow.
Face-off tonight, 9 o'clock Eastern Time. Tomorrow's contest begins at 8 o'clock Eastern. Michigan Tech hosts Alaska at 7 o'clock tonight, 6 p.m. tomorrow. Lake Superior State has 2 exhibition games in the Lower Peninsula. The Michigan Tech football team tries to extend its winning streak to 5 tomorrow at home against Davenport. Huskies head coach Dan Metlack says Davenport is a step up from last week's opponent, Wayne State.
Give them a lot of credit in the last couple of years with what Coach McCune and their staff has done in the portal. In a hurry, they went from being the new team in the league to getting bodies that look like GV and Ferris Ave, and they're talented, they're athletic, they're deep. They're another team that we're going to see coming in here that is bringing 4 at a time on the D line. They play a bunch in the secondary.
Kickoff from Curley Stadium tomorrow is noon. NMU travels to Grand Valley State tomorrow night. NMU women's soccer defeated Michigan Tech 2-0. Tigers game tomorrow, game 5 against Cleveland. That will start at 1 o'clock now because the weather may get not so nice after that. Kevin?
Now let's check in with the Upper Goddess.
Hi. Dean, we're making lard.
Not like some good lard.
So the thing that you and I have done, right, is we got bad oils out of our diet and we have to get back to natural fats. So here is some fat that I cut up. We get our pork from Dead River Farms, and I always tell Naomi that I want all the fat that I can get because you render it down and it starts to turn brown. See how if there's a little piece of meat there, it is almost like fried meat. But all you want to do is a crock pot works great for it. I put it on high. This has been going since 7 o'clock this morning, and it's 10 in the morning right now. But so you're just gonna put it in you want it in a canning jar because that's heat resistant, right? You're gonna fill up your jar and I got used lids and I always mark it with a P because one time I made beef lard and I'm like, oh my God, I don't know if it's pork or beef. And it makes a big difference in crust. But anyway, this is what it looks like. Look at how gorgeous. And the thing I noticed is, now this is kind of hot, but see the little bit of grease I have in there? I just cooked these French fries. And I usually take these are from my garden, these potatoes. I take my potato, I cut it, I soak it in cold water for about a half hour to 45 minutes. Then you want to completely dry your potatoes. And these fried in a half hour. Hey, Dean? Yeah. I'm always like, oh my God, I can't have French fries anymore. Because the oils they cook fries in are just so bad. And we've been doing pretty good with this, eh? And it really doesn't, I'll pour this back into the jar and use it 8 times. It doesn't break down. Do you like these, Dean?
They're pretty good.
I'm missing ketchup though. Give it a try. Keep smiling.
We'll have a final look at weather for you when we come back.
Another thrilling week to play football. The NFL on CBS. Catch all of the action this week on WZMQ 19. This Sunday, the Pittsburgh Steelers travel to Vegas to take on the Raiders at 4:05. See you this Sunday for the NFL on WZMQ 19.
Choice Hotels is a family of brands with a hotel for any traveler you want to be. Like #1 Chef Dad cooking up a free hot breakfast for the entire family at a comfort hotel.
Mom made this.
I added the garnish. Stay 2 nights and get 8,000 points when you book direct.
These hands cook for 30 people, 3 meals a day. I can't stop when I have dry hands. I trust O'Keeffe's.
It's America's #1 selling hand cream for guaranteed relief.
If it works for these hands, it'll work for yours.
Also available in O'Keeffe's for healthy feet.
In Michigan, we know what a functioning border looks like, but no one's proud of what's happening at our southern border, and everyone in Washington's to blame. I'm Melissa Slotkin. I've spent my life protecting the homeland. That's why I've introduced more border security legislation than any congressman from Michigan, including a new law giving the Border Patrol more resources to crack down on cartels, because it's their fentanyl poisoning our communities. I approve this message because every country deserves to know who and what is coming across its borders.
Celebrate 111 years of savings at Kirkish Furniture's anniversary sale. GE stainless steel refrigerator anniversary price $1,399, or this Whirlpool 30-inch gas range just $499. Free local delivery and special financing available. Stop in and register for prizes.
Home for CBS is WZMQ 19.
Skies should be clear through midnight. If you want to check out those northern lights, high clouds come in after midnight, but we'll still call it mostly clear with a good northerly wind. Make sure you wear a warm jacket if you are going to go outside tonight. Lows will be dropping near 40. Downtown Marquette, outlying areas probably getting into the 30s. And as you check out the rest of the 7-day, decent amount of clouds, maybe a little sun breaking through mid-50s, and then chilly with some rain showers Sunday into the early part of next week. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, Tom. That's all we have for now. We'll see you later tonight.